Back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika. Y'all, I'm a little irritated because I just spent an hour doing 2 reviews. Excuse me. One partially uploaded to YouTube, and some just said go back and, because I had set them for release. I wasn't going to be sitting at the computer trying to do all of that. I was just going to go do my part and let them get on YouTube and let y'all enjoy them how you want to. Well, child, I did them 2 damn reviews, child, and let me tell you something. They uploading just as nice. I mean, just as nice, honey. But how about ain't none one of them got no damn sound on it? I don't know what happened. Maybe the headset went out. I don't know. This is a new one, so we're going to try this again. I intended to put this review out last night, but y'all know I've been still kind of enjoying my birthday. And then yesterday after, child, I did them videos yesterday. It's like the Lord just bring some peace down on me, and I went to sleep and I slept good. So by the time I got up, it had done already aired, and I had to wait for Hulu to get the shit, and I had to look at that and then take care of what I had to take care of this morning. So that's why the video just getting out to y'all. It'll probably be nighttime for y'all see this, but just know I did try my best to try to get it out. For those of you who will be getting off work and maybe want to see if I had put my video up. Y'all, I was trying to, but, the powers that be fucking with a bitch sometime. I'm trying to get this lighting together. Y'all, I struggle so hard. You just don't know. Just to be able to get these videos sometime, it's just not as easy as it look like, okay? Well, with that being said, we're going to go on and roll on into what this is all about. This is Empire. This is Season 2, Episode 1, The Devils Are Here. And we're going to start back off. Oh, y'all might see me smoking a cigar. Today is my best friend, the one I told y'all about when I had the little incident at his repast. His birthday, and every birthday, this is what he like to do, smoke cigars and shit. So I do this every year still in memory of my best friend, Terry. Anyway, we're going to go on off and start off with the Free Lucious concert, Now, at this point, he done been in jail about 3 months. Hakeem upset because he's not wanting to do it for his dad, but Cookie have to remind him about getting the person, getting this person, Mimi Whiteman, to invest in the company, so that they can continue their takeover. Well, Jamal saying that he's sorry, for thinking Cookie was involved in Lucious' downfall. And, she's saying that she always looking out for the family and stuff. Well, she go on stage and they got her in this cage, and she got this monkey suit on, child. When she take this monkey's head off, she gives a very touching and riveting speeches about how blacks are being imprisoned, unjustly, and how easy it is to lock a black. In other words, Black Lives Matter, honey. That's what she was trying to say. We seen Swiss Beats and some other dude up there. I don't know what that dude's name is. Y'all tell me who that was that was singing with him on that show. On that show last night. I don't know who that was. But anyway, child, as Cookie, after she do her little thing and they get to performing, she take her ass off, her and Portia mingling through the crowd. They run up on Al Sharpton, and, she's asking him, can he help with Lucious, and Al have to tell her, now, look, I'm for the righteous, and word on the street is he's not so, in the right in this situation, where she hear real tell him she love him and push on past him because he can't help her. Next we see is going to be Don Lemon. Portia immediately went for that motherfucker stoke about how he so-called handles things in the Petersburg. Right, child, Ferguson. But Cookie did tell her he was right, he ain't do too good about, with that N-word. Well, anyway, child, finally we make it on over there to the reason for the season. We walk over here and we see Marissa Tomei playing Mimi Whiteman. And apparently she is this bigwig. She got what you call buku money, and they trying to get her to put $250 million toward this investment so that they can, take over controlling interests of Empire. Okay, so they trying to make sure they keep her happy because they want her on her team, on their team. And I don't know. See, this is why sometimes I hate I be paying attention like I do, because this might would have got past me. But do y'all remember last season when this show ended, they supposed to had already had got into cahoots with this dude whose son wanted to be a rapper but really couldn't rap, but he was supposed to be the one that was going to hit. I don't know how that happened. If y'all could tell me how that fell apart, I sure would appreciate the flashback, because I hate to have to go find out because it's bothering me. Because I could have sworn at the end of last season they had already secured somebody that had that $250 million that they need in order to take this company over. So I don't know, but this is what they want from this woman right here, and it's being televised. And Lucious is in jail, and he see this. He happens to see a clip where Cookie is standing next to this woman, and he's gonna later on ask Jamal who it is. Jamal ain't gonna know, but he gonna find out and let his daddy know about it, and we'll talk about it when we get there. Meanwhile, we're gonna go back to Miss Mimi, because they not having a little party for her lesbian party, because we find out that Mimi like the ladies. Y'all, do y'all remember? I don't know, some of y'all may be too young to remember this, but do y'all remember when Marissa Tomei played on one of the soap operas? I think it was As the World Turns. She played some kind of ditzy little broad. She was a cool chick on the soap opera, but I'm just thinking how old I am, because I remember that, and she was a young lady when she played that role. But if any of y'all remember back that far, put it down in the comment section and let me know. Wasn't Marissa Tomei on a soap opera, and was it not As the World Turned? I don't know, but I remember seeing her from way back in the day. Well, they up in there trying to get all, make her happy and show her, how they get down at the Empire over there. She having a little lesbian party, and this one particular lesbian came up and she let her know that, she wasn't interested in her, but she was interested in Miss Boo Boo Kitty, because she asked her to dance, and Anika was trying to say no, but see, Cookie wasn't having that. Bitch, you say you want to be a part of this hostile takeover, from where we need you to twerk it, twerk it like you mean it. And so Anika gets out there and she put a little twerk suit on and everything, and do what she gotta do, up to and including sleep with this woman, in hopes that this lady sides with them, okay? Well, child, she out there twerking with the woman. So let's go on over there past this party. We're gonna be, I guess Cookie's it's Cookie's part. No, I think it's her office. Well, she been getting phone calls all day, and she don't want to take no calls. She got a lot going on. She trying to get this, everything together, because this woman is gonna make a decision, and from what it's seeming like, it look like she's gonna side with them, and they'll be able to complete the takeover and put Lucious out, okay? Because that's what they want to do. Well, Carol's trying to FaceTime her. Instead of her taking the call to see what's going on, she tell Portia to deal with it. Portia decides she gonna get the phone, and Carol is asking her if the girl had, if Cookie had received any flowers or anything like that, and she saying yeah, and she trying to tell her that she need to talk to Cookie, but Portia got bubble guts, and she let us know she had the shit, so she hung up the call, which prompted Carol to have to get the kids together and go on over there to Cookie house and let her know what's really going on. Well, next we see Jamel, that cousin of Cookie and them that shot Frank Gather's right-hand man. He in jail on a robbery charge. And he is fearful because word on the street is Frank Gathers is coming to that particular prison to do his time. So he goes to Lucious, trying to get Lucious to protect him. But Lucious told him, if that crazy bitch Cookie put you in it, that Cookie help you out. I ain't gonna help you out. So old boy know that his days may be numbered. That's why he keep trying to get in touch with Cookie as well and let her know what's going on. But Cookie not taking no call from him, which is to me a very crazy ass thing for her to do. Yes, it is. Well, child. Now, I don't know, because see, I done lost my mojo after having it. We're going to talk about everything, but this shit might go out of order. Okay, because next I remember seeing a scene where Cookie arrived home, and she is, I don't know if that happened before or after, but y'all shit flow with a bitch, okay? we see Cookie's sister Carol come to the apartment. She got them cheering up, and then they playing with all of Miss Cookie good hair, okay? They just playing around with Miss Cookie good hair, honey. Well, Cookie coming there with this box that she done had. Somebody left, I guess, a gift for her at the front door, and she's trying to figure out what is Carol doing there, and Carol trying to tell her girl, look, these flowers is coming from Frank for real this time. And Cookie gets nervous because she knows she just brought that box in there. So they make the kids go into another room, and they open it. Well, Cookie opened that box, and guess who hid up in there? Jamel's. Yes, baby. Frank had sent her personal I see you mark in the form of her cousin's head. Now let's go back to how Frank wound up being in that damn box. How Jamel wound up in that box. Frank apparently was being transported to this prison, and you thinking by the way these people are acting that Frank is somebody to really be afraid of, like he's just this big bad wolf. Well, we get none other than Chris Rock, but apparently his bark is as big as his bite because everybody in there is scared. And it's even a point where he goes to Jamel and he asks Jamel, did he shoot his homeboy? Jamel is lying. That's a sign of a true scary motherfucker, because he lied all the way to his mama's grave. He said, I put that on my mama. I ain't had nothing to do with that. But Frank know better, and he gonna find out. He even asked this nigga, you hungry? Hungry. Next thing we see, Frank eating something look like it's a piece of human, and Jamel beat up, and child, please tell me that wasn't that boy eyeball he was eating. But he was damn sure eating it, and that it's at that point that Jamel breaks and tells him that Cookie did it, okay? Cookie put him up to do it. So at first, Jamel didn't want to believe that about, Frank didn't want to believe that about Cookie, because Cookie and Lucious used to work for him way back in the Gap. So he thinking, that loyalty runs too deep for her to do that. But as he thought back, he realized that Jamel was telling the truth. And Jamel, next time we saw him, he was in that box over at Cookie's place, okay? Now, let's stay at the jailhouse, because when Frank got there, him and Lucious met up. And, they dapped it up because, like I said, Frank once worked for him. And they cool with each other. From what we see right now, everything is all good, okay? So, now, let's go back to Cookie's apartment. Cookie is there. She's trying to get everybody on the phone to, she's getting Jamal on the phone, telling him to get his ass to Lucious Mansion. That's the safest place for him. She ain't bullshit. And by the sound of her voice, he realized that ain't no game. Plus, Gabrielle had then made him take that call, because she said she wasn't taking another cussing out behind him. So he got to take his ass to the Lion's Mansion and wait on them there. Now, before all of that happened, let me tell you how Miss Mimi Whiteman played their ass. Now, keep in mind, I told you, Lucian had already seen Cookie and Mimi on camera together. He was able to pick up on the fact that the girl was lesbian, and that Cookie was trying to woo her for her coin to get her to side with them. So when he sent Jamal to find out exactly who she was, he put two and two together, and he set up a meeting with Mimi that early morning of the board meeting where they were supposed to take over the empire. Well, they come in there, Andre, Anika, Cookie, and Hakeem, with the impression that they got Mimi's support, and now they have controlling interest, and they're going to our solution. Well, to their surprise, Mimi whips around in that chair and lets them know that she had a meeting earlier that morning with Lucious that changed her mind, and she has decided that she's going to put her money toward Empire, but it's going to be with Lucious, because Lucian is Empire, and Empire is him. So they just lost their hope of trying to take it over. But what also has happened, Jamal now knows that they're still in cahoots to try to take the company away from his dad, which puts him in a foul state of mood with all of them. But before anybody leaves the boardroom, Lucian had left them a damn message, and Jamal cuts the TV on, and Lucius pops up and he tells them, good morning, I'm sorry. Game over, bitches. In other words, I see y'all. I know what y'all doing. Just because I'm in here, don't think I don't have no power on these streets. And they see that because they lose their opportunity to take over the empire from Lucian, okay? Lucius. That's what they done did. They done fucked it all up, child. So let's go back over to Cookie after all that didn't happen. And Carol is sitting there crying her eyes out because Jamil is they people, and Frank done fucked them up. Plus, she don't know who next, if he gonna get her and her kids, because everybody life is in danger. And Cookie look over there after she tell Jamal, get off that phone, telling Jamal to get his ass to that mansion. She tell her, why is you sitting over there crying like Tammy Faye Baker? Girl, get them kids up and get on over there to Lucious house, because that's the most safest place right now. So Carol get her ass up, get her children, and I'm assuming she headed to the Lions Mansion, which she does go. Okay, while she doing all of that shit, Cookie done went to see Lucian, okay? Lucian glad to see her, sorta, and he understand the reason why she ain't came to see him is payback, and plus she ain't feeling his ass no more. But she's there, to ask him for his help. Now, he playing with her at first, but he did tell her, he says, it's hard to believe that I could love you so much and hate you at the same time. Well, we seen how that relationship go, because the minute she told him we're in trouble, all of that playing and shit went out the window. He wanted to know what was going on, and she let him know what Frank had been doing, okay? So she let him know, and she leave. We see Lucia go meet up with Frank, okay? But we're going to switch off of that for a minute, because we saw Michael make his return back to season 2 as Jamal's love interest. Now, one thing I must say, in watching this show, I see that Jamal is becoming a mini Lucian. Now, I don't know if he's becoming a mini Lucian because for years he's wanted his father's love, and his father's finally showing him some attention, even though I do feel like he has his own agenda for helping his son. He is giving his son some attention, and he's giving him a whole lot of responsibility, so much so that he's not able to focus on his music like he used to, because running the business is an all-day job. So he missing out on doing his music, but he is back with his boo thing, Michael. And Michael asking about Ryan and say Ryan a hoe, and he say, yeah, Ryan is a hoe. Remember, Ryan ain't want to do the childhood, the parenthood thing, so he had to go. Well, they also get to talking about this meeting that they supposed to have with these Glad people at his. And he want to know, will Jamal be able to be there? Well, Jamal is saying he's going to try to make it happen. Well, Michael said, why don't we make it happen at your office? That way you'll be there for me. So the next thing we see is Michael going in there. Jamal going into his office for the meeting with Michael now. And who is sitting up on that piano belting away a song? Yes, God, Miss Lawrence. Go ahead on, baby. Miss Lawrence was beat to the gods, baby. She had that face on, and she was Nene Leakes. Her time has arrived, and the spotlight was on her for all of them, the 6 minutes that she was on our TV screen. And I ain't mad at you, and there ain't no shade, because if you can come from being Kenya Moore's, be it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, from being a fashion queen or whatever the fuck that shit was that they used to come on after Real Housewives of Atlanta and watch what happened live, go out, whatever that show there was. If you go from all of that to having you a cameo appearance on a show that was one of the biggest shows of last year, then I say to you, kudos, congratulations, bitch. I ain't mad at you. You better do it, bitch. You better get all you can out of these minutes, because these minutes right here could change your life. And I didn't even know you had a voice. You better do the damn thing, baby. I ain't no hater. I'm a motivator. You better do that, Miss Lawrence. I was here for you, girl. Yes. Well, they talking about the award show that's going to come up, and Donnie McClurkin going to be there. Why they shaded the fuck out of Donnie McClurkin like that? Child, Portia say, old Gabrielle Betsy say she like Donnie McClurkin. Child, I guess he make her feel some kind of way. I don't know how, because he is one of the girls. Child. Let me see. Anything I forgot. Oh, also doing all of this stuff going on, y'all, on this show, we find that Andre is still having them nightmares and stuff from, killing, burning, but White Bill is gonna help him through all of that, and she's still pregnant and all that old shit like that. She just want him to be calm, let the process go through. They feeling confident old girl was gonna be there for them, but old girl then showed them that she rolled with She ain't want no chicken dinner. She rolled with a winner. She went with Lucious on their ass. But yeah, he still having them kind of problems. He's still crazy. Anyway, child, before we get to the meat and potatoes of the thing, honey, let's talk about this DA. Now, Miss Roxanne, girl, I likes me old nasty middle-aged woman that can keep her sexy on. I likes me a bitch like that, honey. Let you know that sexiness can be timeless, depending on how well you take care of the temple. And girl, I was here for you, but this is what I wasn't here for. What DA come in there with a dress on, look like she's supposed to be at an after 5 event or down there at the bar having drinks with some of the other professionals after they done went home and put on their good shit. She came in there looking like that, trying to convince Lucious to go ahead on and give up his connects and stuff. And the only promise she can get him is that he will get out of jail before he an old man. And my thing was, what kind of fucking deal is that, bitch? I mean, to me, that's not a deal. You telling me that I get out of jail probably 2 days before I die, but if I just spill the tea on everybody, I'm supposed to fill your cup up with this premium blend, and all I get is a promise that I might can come home before I drop dead. Girl, kiss my ass. And he pretty much told her that too. He told her he ain't got time for no bitch with no bitch and no cheap shoes. And she was kind of touched in by that comment, because the bitch had to get smart and tell him that she would put her foot all up in his yellow ass. He told her to do what she got to do, because he ain't finna be no snitch. And she talking about that's the best offer he gonna ever get. He might as well take it. And those are not cheap shoes. Them is Tom Fords, which further proves that you can always spot them, baby. A bitch that ain't nothing but materialistic and no substance would be offended by a comment like that. If in fact that bitch shoes wasn't fucking cheap knockoffs, she wouldn't even took on the. She wouldn't even. I'm going too far with it. Okay, all right. Let me leave it alone. All right, now let's see. Make sure this is where we supposed to be at. Okay. Let's go on to the finale part. Alright. Frank and Lucious meet up, right? Frank is saying, look, me and you, we are good. We have no problem. Lucious tell him, of course we ain't got no problem, and I want to take a moment to apologize to you, because it was a scene earlier on in the show where Frank was having a visit from his 2 daughters, one of which, the strong face one, looked like she might have some good rapping skills. Her bars was coming up out of her. She was flowing. And Lucious happened to pass through the visiting area and heard her and said that, let her know that he liked, her sound and stuff. But I don't think Frank was too happy about that, because see, Frank is like, a typical mother or father. You're going to be very protective of your kid. I might be all right with you out here because I know how to deal with you, but this is my children, and this is a totally separate situation. You know how it is when you cool with people, but dealing with your family, as far as them interacting with your family, now you ain't that goddamn cool with them, and I think that was the situation. But we're going to go back to where I was talking about. They having this conversation, and he telling them, I like your daughter's style of rap. I think that, I'd like to have her signed on that Empire. And Frank is like, that's all good, but you can't honestly think that that's going to be enough to overstep what I got to do with Cookie. He say, now, me and you cool, but Cookie she done broke the code, the code of the street is you don't snitch on no motherfucking body. And she done went in there and snitched, and I don't have a problem with you, but I can't let that just ride like that with Cookie. Well, he's telling, Lucious tell him, yeah, we cool, we cool, but here's the thing, when you got a problem with Cookie, you got a problem with me. So it's at that moment that Frank calls him crazy, truly crazy, and tell his boys to kill him, and kill him quick and fast, okay? But as Frank is getting ready to walk out of this area that they're sitting in, he noticing ain't none of his boys making no advancement. And that's when the tables turned, and Lucious told him, Frank, come sit down a minute. You always wanted to run the streets. I always wanted to run the world. he went to telling him because he noticed it ain't none of his boys moving. He said, see, like Mike is serving time. He ain't never going to get out of jail. But he ain't never got to worry about his mama not being able to pay that mortgage because I paid it for her. See, Bam Bam over there. Bam Bam daughter got to have some medical treatments and procedures. And I take care of it too. You know what I'm saying? In other words, he let him know that what you do will get you some street respect, but what I do gives me renowned respect, world renown. And I go to the source. I'm smarter than the average motherfucker out here. I know what they need, and I supply the need of the people. You understand? And it's at that moment Lucious Frank realized his ass is fixing to get capped and peeled because Lucious stands up and tells him, kill him. And instead of it making it fast and quick, make it long and painful. And he let him know, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to sign your daughter and then I'm going to give her some of my bone. And he walked off and we could hear him killing his ass. That damn Lucious. Well, apparently Lucious done got the information to Cookie that the situation has been taken care of, because Cookie is snapped back at the mansion. And before she got there, we saw Hakeem and Jamal sitting at the table, and they basically going back and forth at it with one another. You understand? They want to argue about who's best, who's not best. And Jamal is saying, I ain't finna help you with your fucking album now because y'all try to turn y'all back on Dad, and I ain't feeling that shit, so I'm not helping your album get out there. It is what it is. And Hakeem he ain't doing it because of loyalty toward his dad, but he doing it because he feel like Hakeem think he's some type of competition for his brother, but that ain't the case. But anyway, Cookie comes in and let them know that everything has been taken care of. Lucious attended to what he needed to attend to. They had a threat from a very dangerous man, but it's been resolved. And Hakeem says to her, you mean to tell me he took care of that from jail? She said, oh, your dad is still a beast, don't get it twisted, and I'm still your mother. And everybody seems to be at peace and at ease, but Jamal ain't. So Jamal tell them, since y'all tried to backstab my father in the back and betray him, get out. All y'all get out of here. Rhonda and Crazy Boy leave first. Then she Cookie talked Hakeem into going head on and leaving and letting her try to talk to him, because she's still under the impression she still got that relationship that she had with her son when she first got out of jail, and the one she had with him all through the years, because she always understood him because he was different meaning aka gay, and that Lucian wasn't going to be able to deal with that. So she took on a lot of his rearing as best she could, and loving him and getting him stable in the mind to be able to handle how the world and his daddy would treat him because of his sexuality. Okay, well, apparently that shit done wore off, because like I told y'all earlier, he's becoming more and more like Lucian. Now I feel that Lucian may be using his son for his own personal agenda, but at this present time it appears that Jamal is trying so hard to get that love he didn't get when he was young from his father, that he ride or dying for his daddy out of love, because he want that acceptance. Okay, and even though he had that connection with his mother, he feeling some kind of way because you just tried to take the company away. You tried to vote Dad out, and he passed that point where she talking about it's my sacrifice that started the company. And she feel like he just like a dad, and he told her to get out, and she slapped him. And he just looked at her and said, are you done? No, he said he ain't say nothing, and he just told her, you need to leave again. She popped him across his face, and he said, now he ain't calling her mama no more. He said, lady, are you done? And she is appalled because she never thought that she would lose the connection that she had with him that would make him always listen to her. See, she done lost that. He don't feel that way about it because he eased on out that door and he closed that door. Now, he did have a moment where he broke for a few seconds because that's his mama. But he also feel like his loyalty to his dad, after his dad gave him a second chance after having damn near no relationship with him all his life. His dad finally talking to him, and ain't nothing gonna stop him from being able to show his dad that he can hold him down in his time of need. And that's how this episode went off, y'all. I apologize. I'm getting this shit out late. I done told you what I went through, child. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.